Hello everyone, welcome to the tour of the course. What I'm going to do is go right down this left-hand side of your display and show you uh, every link and what it does. Okay, first thing you'll see is way up at the top is announcements. That is obviously important announcements. It's already going to go hopefully straight to your email address, so you don't need to worry too much about this, but I would still check it every time. This first announcement here that I made about Metzger, or it's actually the last announcement I made about Metzger. Um, it has a link to the electronic version, which I know many of you will be interested in. You just copy this and copy this here and put that in your address bar, and it's at Kobo Books. So you'll need to download Kobo's reader, and I have a YouTube video, instructional video on how to use Kobo. A lot of students get frustrated with this and give up because Kobo is not user-friendly. If you're like me and you've used Kindle for a really long time, there's a bit of a learning curve. So, but it's well worth your time. You're going to pay more than twice the amount for a real book. So it's only $12, or actually it's less than $12. So I paid 20 bucks for mine 2 years ago. So anyway, it doesn't matter which edition of Metzger you get. It can be the first, second, or third edition. It doesn't really matter. The later editions are longer, so you'll have more to read. Okay, instructor information. You'll see two people on there. I'm at the top. You have all my contact information. And then this handsome fella is Dr. Sadler. He's the dean of the school. Basically, if you can't reach me, or you have his contact information if you'd like to call him. Okay, the first thing about the course proper is this midterm project. I didn't want to give you a midterm for this semester, a midterm exam, because I'm required to proctor all of the exams and it costs you money. So I divided up the midterm into 5 pieces. 5 pieces because there are 5 weeks of the course, and each piece addresses a week. So I hope that makes sense to you. I have an instructional video here of the midterm project. You will not do well on it if you do not watch the video. So you see the 5 pieces here. Okay, I have the link. It's just called Not Working. If Blackboard is not working for you, I have a couple of tips. I have it written out here. I just explain it in the video. And this is what you do to keep Blackboard working for you. If Blackboard is not working and you've done these 5 steps, please contact the help desk. Don't contact me about having trouble with Blackboard, because I don't have an answer for you. You'll be wasting your time. In other words, if you send me an email and it takes me 3 hours to see it, you've wasted that time, because I'm just going to tell you to go to the help desk. So, but if you do follow these steps, you'll have a much better experience with Blackboard. Okay, study tips. A lot of students have trouble reading Metzger. This picture here is just for decoration. Metzger did write this book for college students, but he wrote it for college students, 50 years ago. The good thing about Metzger is he's very reliable, very good introductory book. So because there's a gap in the audience, a lot of students find it difficult to read. So I give you some tips on how to read Metzger here, and a little video on that. And then there's also some study tips on how to just become a better student in general. If you're interested in that, this made a really big impact in my life whenever I finally learned how to study the right way. And I was a D student in high school, and went on to get a full scholarship for a PhD. Okay, syllabus videos. There are 2 videos on the syllabus. One is the original syllabus video, and then I have an addendum to the syllabus. The difference is I changed the midterm exam to a midterm project. Okay, lecture notes. I provide you my lecture notes for every week. You can see that. What I encourage you to do is to print this out or save it to your desktop, And as you're listening to the lecture video, just take notes on along with, place your notes alongside mine, and you can use that as a study guide. Okay, discussion board. First thing you do is introduce yourself. I see that 4 people already have. But week 1 is introduction and Metzger. And you'll see 3 questions here that I provide for you. And what you need to do is respond to one of these with a longer post, about 100 words, and then respond to other students. You only need to post 3 responses to other students. So it's four posts total. And you might be able to hear my infant son. He's very interested in this course. Okay, so there's 4 posts total, 1 longer response to one of these questions, and then 3 responses to other students. So that's not that much. For those of you on Facebook or other social media, this is nothing. But we're going to talk just a little bit about what we've read. Weekly assignments. This is the home page for the course, and you'll see I've made each week pretty much the same as far as how much work is due. You have your reading in Metzger, and most of the time reading in the New Testament as well. Then you listen to and take personal notes about the lecture. You complete your 300-word reading review, and we'll get to that in a second. Complete 4 posts in the discussion section, and then 1 blog entry. And then I'll give you a little bonus down here at the bottom. I try to give you 1 bonus each week. This is completely, I don't grade this at all. This is just for you. I have 2 really awesome websites, Casey Hansen and Perseus, tufts.edu, and very, very good. I do have a video somewhere where I go through and show these websites, but they're both incredibly massive. A lot of information about the New Testament and the ancient world. You'll see that all assignments are always due at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's because we're following Plainview, Texas time. And I believe those are all Sundays. It's due Sunday night just before Monday, and Monday starts the first day of the next week of the course. And you'll notice also I give you 2 YouTube URLs. The first one is one like this with me. You can see me talking here. And then there's a YouTube URL below it. It's exactly the same lecture, but I removed my video. A lot of students don't like that. My little face here covers up the notes sometimes, but you have the notes, and you should be looking at your notes. You have all this already in the lecture notes, so you can just look down at your lecture notes for what's behind me. But just for your convenience, I removed that, and you can watch the same lecture without the video. Okay, weekly blog. This is pretty much self-explanatory. All you have to do is click on the week 1 blog, whatever week it is. Click on create your blog entry and just write your blog entry. This is kind of like extra credit. You only need to write about 4 or 5 sentences. Just reflect on what you've learned. But this is your area. This is probably the easiest thing you're going to do for a grade in the course. Okay, weekly reading reviews. I have an instructional video here to tell you exactly what a reading review is. It's about a 300-word essay on what you've read for the week. And I want you to divide it up into 2 questions. 1 question on Metzger and the other question on the New Testament, or if you have just New Testament or just Metzger, obviously you do 2 questions on Metzger and 2 questions on the New Testament. So you just click on this and submit your reading review there. And please take a look at the reading review instructions here. You can view this same thing here that's in the video. You can read good reading reviews and know how to pattern your reading review. I know it can be confusing. You probably haven't been required to do something like this, so just take a look at it. It's not that hard once you get a handle on just what it is. Okay, that's the end of my stuff, I think. You got a link to the Wayland Library. Cool stuff. This is bonus material. I have a really fast Ephesus lecture. It's 25 minutes, but I show you a lot of pictures of ancient Ephesus and tell you what's going on. You get to see an old library and some monuments and all the good stuff you think about with an ancient Roman city. And then I have an addendum to week 6. It's patronage and friendship. You really do need to watch this video. It's only 8 minutes, but I clarify some things based on questions that I get from students. Okay, timelines for final. This is pretty important. You're going to have to know this for your final exam. I have 3 outlines, or 2 timelines, and then 1. This is timeline also, but these are books of the New Testament and books that didn't make it to the New Testament. And this right here, Early Christian Writings, is more for your benefit. It's not going to be on the exam. But the chronology, number 4, number 2, and number 1 are all basically the same thing. They're just repackaged just a little bit to help you remember. So this material is going to be on the final exam. And then the VC Help Desk, that's if you have problems with Blackboard. Please take advantage of that. The people that run the VC Help Desk are incredible, and they will get back to you fast, and you'll be able to get back to work. And then tools you're probably not going to use. So that is a tour of the course. I hope we have a good course together. The discussion board and the blog and the reading reviews, all of those things are for you to express yourself, based on what you've learned in the course. So I'm not looking for people to agree with me. I'm not looking for people to think that they need to express themselves like with kid gloves, like pad their answers for to make it acceptable for religious school. I want you to express what you're thinking whenever you're reading the New Testament and what you think about the questions that I ask you and the contributions of your fellow students. So I look forward to hearing from you. I've already read, I have a PhD in New Testament, but I've read thousands of books on this. I don't want you to just agree with something that I've already read. I want to know what you think. You're experiencing the text, and I want to know how you experience it. And the way that we do that is asking questions and doing the reading reviews and doing the blogs and doing the discussions. So anyway, look forward to hearing from you. Let me know if you have any questions.